turned my UV off as well on the main pond. So we'll see if they're going to come up and have a little browse, which they probably will. Okay guys, so we are just doing a water change on the grow-on vats. This is going to be like a winter kind of update on what I'm doing with my pond and what I'm doing with my grow-on vat. So okay guys, so we're doing water changes regularly every 3 or 4 days currently. We're doing probably 20 to 30% every 3 or 4 days currently. I'm doing it all manually, so basically I just connect my hose up to this side, goes in here, comes in there, all dechlorinated. Basically, to do the water change, simple as this. I've just got a Y piece there. This pipe comes from the main pump that's in the bottom of the grow-on tank. This one goes to the filter itself, which is right there. I don't know why that's there, but it just is. But yeah, so, and this one just goes to a pipe that's in the garden currently, and it's just in the garden just to feed the grass for now. So what else have I been doing? Not a lot really. I've still been feeding over here. Let's have a look at this. Still been feeding this. As you can see here. So have a look. Zoom in there. Oh, let me just get some out in the light. So that's the food that I'm feeding them currently, as you can see, which is really nice. We've got some wheat germ for the main pond here, which is this one. So let's go and we're just going to grab a handful of this, like so. So the main pond's been doing really well actually over the last, turned my UV off as well on the main pond. So we'll see if they're going to come up and have a little browse, which they probably will. I did get a bit of a problem with my main filter the other day, which kind of clogged up. But look, they're coming straight up to feed. They're a lot slower now. Winter's coming in, so it's to be expected really. I'm feeding now the pond every 2 days at the moment. I've got this slight trickle here, which I've got a white piece on there. All I basically do is I feed wheat germ for a month or two before I stop feeding them really, because the wheat germ just helps them get through winter a little bit easier than the high protein stuff. As you can see, you know, they're not feeding as much as they were even a week ago. You have to keep an eye on the temperature of the water really, and they're just kind of chilling out, you know, the big ones just chilling out. You know, they are feeding, but very few and far between. You know, you can see this one's coming up over here for some grub now. There he goes. But they are quite active, you know, you can see them swimming about, the sun's been out, you know. It's just keep an eye on it is the main thing. I'd love to get a cover for it, which would be perfect. That's the only thing this thing is missing, is either like a pergola thing or a cover for the top of it, just to keep the chill off on. But this is my third winter with this pond now, and I haven't had any problems. Also, I keep the water level down about 1/2 foot to a foot during the winter months, just because if we get like 3, 4, 5 days of rain consistently, or like even an hour or two of massive downpour, it's not going to fill up too much where it overflows. Because if I've got it filled up to like an inch below, it could easily start overflowing, and then I'll have to just, you know, then it just creates more work than it needs to be really. So yeah, in the winter, just keep it safe. Just keep an eye. I got CCTV on this, so I can keep an eye on all the flows and everything. And that's it really. I've never really had a problem with freezing or anything like that. Draining the water down about a foot, doing really well, and then I'm refilling it back up. And it seems a very simple task, but this makes all the difference. It gives this an easier job, gets rid, and all my levels are kind of pretty good in here, not too bad. But you still got to keep an eye on the levels and everything, you know. And this Y piece here just makes life a lot easier for me. As you can see, you know, they feed in well. They're still a bit skittish, but that could be because I'm in like a plastic shed kind of thing. So my expectations for this winter really are just to maintain the outdoor pond as we have been doing. That's a 15,000 litre pond, which there's a lot of small fish in there currently, so we'll see how they get on in the winter. Hopefully they're about 3 or 4 inches, 5 inches, some of them, so hopefully they'll get through the winter. They were feeding really well for the last 3 or 4 weeks, you know. Hopefully everything's going to be good with the main pond. In here, this is going to be a constant maintenance effort, I think. I have been leaving this grow-on vat for about 2 or 3 days at a time. I've just filled this back up now, the auto feeder, which is feeding 4 or 5 times a day currently. So basically this self-maintains for about 4 or 5 days on its own. without any water changes needed or anything. But I am doing water changes every 3 days currently, just to keep on top of it really, so I don't get like, you know, out of hand with it, like, because you can get a bit lazy with things as they go along, you know, and that's just the way it is. So let me know, guys, how your grow on ponds are doing. Let me know how your main ponds are doing actually. You know, what do you guys do? Like, what temperature do you guys stop feeding your fish at in the winter? I stop about 8, and then I just kind of check throughout the year. Because last year I think I didn't feed them for like maybe 4 months, and they were fine, you know. But I know some people just feed every 3-4 days. It's all a personal preference, I guess. I do a lot of carp fishing, so like in the winter, if you go carp fishing, I've seen people putting in kilos and kilos of boilies, you know, in the winter when it's like 4 or 5 degrees. So what happens to that bait once it's on the bottom? Does it get eaten in the winter? You know, it's all up for debate, I guess. But this is just a quick update on what I've been doing. Cheeky little water change, cheeky little check on the back pond. Happy days. Next video will probably be taking a closer look at the fish that's in this vat and see how now they're getting on. I'll do like a month update to see if we've got any growth, see how they're getting on, see their colours, and see any development in the fish themselves. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.